The empty ship Demeter was just found on the shores of Whitby, England. When the police came to investigate it, they found no one on board. Everyone was surprised at how the empty ship had come to another city. While investigating, the police found a diary belonging to the ship's captain. As they opened the diary, it was written, "If it finds you, God help you. We tried to stop him. If we didn't succeed, may God have mercy on your souls." As they read through the diary, the story unfolded. The captain's diary told the story of their journey and what happened on the ship during the last 3 weeks of their voyage. Now, from here, we will know what happened to that ship. On the 60th of July, in the port of Varna, Bulgaria, the ship called Demeter was loading cargo. Because there was a large amount of cargo, the captain needed more crew for the ship. He met a man named Clemens, who was a doctor by profession. But he did not need a doctor to load the luggage on the ship. He needed laborers. Clemens told him, "I have to go to London for work. If possible, will you take me on your ship?" But the captain refused him. Some people whom the captain had chosen refused to board the ship for some unknown reason. They returned the money to the captain. Anyway, while the remaining people were loading the luggage on the ship, a crate was about to fall on the captain's grandson, Toby, whom Clemens saved. Seeing this, the captain thanked Clemens and allowed him on board. Now all the cargo was loaded, and the ship was ready to depart. The journey began. Toby showed the entire ship to Clemens, and the captain wrote his daily journal. He wrote, "Our journey has begun. It will take us 3 weeks to reach England. Today is the first day of our journey." Then Wojciech, the chief mate of the ship, came to the captain. The captain told him that this would be his last voyage, and after this, Wojciech would be the captain of the ship. He also mentioned that he would go to the city and raise his grandson, as he had promised his daughter. Wojciech was happy to hear this, but a little sad too. The next day, the captain told all his crew members that they would receive a handsome bonus if they reached London on time. Clemens heard some strange noises during the night. When he went to check with Toby, he didn't find anything there. Suddenly, a storm hit the ship, and a big crate fell in the cargo hold. Inside that crate, they found a lot of soil, and in that soil, they found a girl. Wojciech said, "I think someone has deliberately sent this girl to this ship. She could be a threat to us. We should dump her in the sea." The captain disagreed and instructed Clemens to treat her. When Clemens checked, he found that the girl was very sick and needed blood transfusion. Clemens gave her his blood, but the girl needed more. It seemed as if someone had sucked all the blood from her body. That very night, a strange-looking thing emerged from another crate, but nobody saw it. It was hard to tell if it was a human or a monster. Clemens told Toby to stay with the girl, whom he was treating. Clemens went out to the deck, where he found another crew member. The crew member said, "It is bad luck to have a woman on the ship." Then, when the crew member looked through the binoculars, his eyes caught sight of that thing which had come out of the crate. He only caught a glimpse of it, and seeing this, he became very scared and told Clemens. But Clemens didn't believe anything he said and dismissed it as a delusion, saying, "There is nothing out there." After a while, a worker went to the basement of the ship and found all the animals dead there, including Toby's dog Huckleberry. Everyone on the ship became scared when they found out about this. The captain suspected that someone from the crew member might have done this. He said, "Whoever has done this, come forward." But the crew members blamed Clemens and the girl Clemens was treating for this incident. The captain disagreed, stating that Clemens couldn't do anything like that, and the girl was in no condition to do this either. Upon closer examination, the captain realized that the animals had died due to the spread of an infection and ordered all the dead animals to be thrown into the sea. As the voyage slowly passed weeks, there were still 2 more weeks to reach the destination. The girl they had found in the cargo hold remained unconscious. A crew member said, I think there is a shadow of some dark power on this girl. But Clemens refused to believe any of this. Toby said, I have heard this girl talking unconsciously. She keeps saying her name is Anna, and she says it repeatedly. While Clemens roamed the ship at night, the crew member who found the dead animals told him, all the rats on the ship have disappeared. Clemens said, maybe they also died due to infection. The crew member replied, no, a ship without rats on board is not possible. How can all the rats die at the same time? There is definitely something that killed all the animals first, and then the rats. There is something dangerous on board, and it's not good for us. One night, another crew member heard unusual sounds on the deck. When he went to check, he encountered a monstrous thing that suddenly attacked him, sucking all his blood and devouring his entire body. In the morning, all the crew members gathered on the deck, where they spotted blood and discovered that one crew member was missing. The captain was very worried. First, the animals had died, and now a crew member had disappeared. Wojcik, the chief mate of the ship, became suspicious of Clemens for all this. But Clemens provided convincing reasons not to suspect him. He explained that he had examined the animals closely and had seen bite marks on their necks. At that very moment, the unconscious girl, Anna, appeared on the deck. She had overheard their conversation and became very scared, shouting, "He is here! We have to get off this boat now. All of you, please get off this boat. Otherwise, he will kill us all." Clemens calmed her down and took care of her. He thought Anna had been unconscious for a long time, which might explain her strange thoughts. He asked her what she was talking about, and Anna mentioned a Dracula who lived in a palace in the mountains near her village. She explained that Dracula came out at night and drank the blood of humans. He had taken her with him on this voyage, keeping her in a crate and slowly drinking her blood little by little. Anna showed Clemens Dracula's bite marks on her body and warned that Dracula would kill everyone. One rainy night, a crew member heard strange noises on the deck. When he went to check, he encountered Dracula, who attacked and killed him. Another crew member who came to the rescue was also attacked by Dracula. The ship began shaking heavily. All crew members woke up. When they came to the deck, they found the second person severely wounded. He was screaming in pain. Dracula only drank his blood, had not killed him. Everyone became very scared after that. They understood that Dracula preys only at night. The captain instructed them that 2 persons would guard the deck and the rest would search the ship. The injured person was tied up. The captain instructed his grandson Toby to lock himself in the cabin, but he wandered out. In the meantime, the person who had been bitten by Dracula had turned into a Dracula. He attacked Toby in the lobby. Toby ran back to the cabin, locked himself in, and started calling for help. Hearing his voice, everyone ran to the cabin. In the lobby, they found the crew member who had turned into a Dracula. They caught and tied him up. The captain saw the Dracula in the cabin. Before he could open the door, Dracula attacked Toby and bit him. At this moment, Anna came with a gun and fired through the cabin door. The door opened and they found Toby bitten by the Dracula. Everyone was very worried about Toby. Clemens started treating Toby. The crew member, who had already turned into a Dracula, was tied up on the deck. As soon as the sunlight fell on him, he burnt into ashes because a Dracula cannot bear the sunlight. While he was screaming in pain, Wojcik put a bullet through his head and put him out of his misery. Clemens was worried about Toby. He was thinking, would he also turn into a Dracula? Wojcik asked, "What do you mean? Should we kill him?" Clemens replied, "No, we have to find a solution so that we can save him." Clemens and Anna went to check all the crates to find where Dracula stayed during the day. Dracula killed another crew member who had been running away with a small boat off the ship. In the morning, the captain came to know that his grandson had died. He was devastated. When everyone was going to throw Toby's body into the water, that's when the captain saw his grandson moving. When he went near Toby and removed the cloth from his face, he saw Toby had turned into a Dracula. As soon as the sunlight touched Toby's skin, he started burning. Seeing this, they threw his body into the sea. The captain was very sad because of Toby's death. All the remaining crew members started to plan how they could kill the Dracula. They had decided they would set up a trap, drown the ship with Dracula within it, and leave in a lifeboat for the shore. When Clemens went and told the captain their plan, he said, "No, you can't do this because Dracula has promised me he will return my grandson." Anna said, "No, I know Dracula very well. Dracula drives us crazy about such things, which are very dear to us. He trapped me in his trap in the same way and locked me in a box. Then he slowly drank my blood day by day." The captain understood. In that night, they had laid a trap for Dracula, but it was not easy to catch him. Out of the blue, Dracula attacked a crew member and killed him. Then he attacked Wojcik. He fell in the basement of the ship and got injured. In the basement, he started digging the ship with an axe to drown it. Dracula reached him and killed him. After that, Dracula attacked the captain and killed him. While dying, the captain told Clemens about his diary. He said, "Tell the world what happened to us." Clemens became furious. He shouted to Dracula and said, "You are not a god. I do not fear you." Dracula attacked Clemens. Anna came with a gun and shot at Dracula. Dracula caught Anna. Clemens came and saved Anna. Dracula caught him, and when he was about to kill him, Clemens said, "Do you think I'm afraid of you? I am not afraid of you." Dracula picked Clemens up by his neck and said, "Now you will be afraid." At that very moment, Anna cut a big rope. A big wooden pole came flying and hit Dracula. Anna and Clemens jumped into the water. And the story returns to the beginning scene, as we had seen, with the Demeter ship reaching the shore empty. Now, Dracula had also run away from there. Clemens and Anna were floating on a log of wood. Anna had not had a transfusion of her blood for a long time. So slowly, she also turned into a Dracula and burned into ashes as soon as the first ray of sunlight fell on her. After a long time, the scene shows Clemens in London, where there was talk of the Demeter ship everywhere. The story of the ship was known to everyone through the captain's diary. Only 2 survivors of that ship were Dracula and Clemens, which was unknown to all. Clemens knew that Dracula was hidden in this city, wearing human clothes and living among them. Dracula's eyes were still on Clemens, and Clemens was also looking for him to take revenge. Will Clemens be able to find Dracula? With this suspense, the story ends.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more great content. See you next time.